Now let's move on to the next thing, the CSS class selector. Now they say the class selector selects HTML elements with a specific class attribute. You can see that it's almost the same thing. They say the ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. So you are also using class to select a specific element. You understand? To select elements with a specific class, write a period character followed by the class name. Here we wrote an hashtag, not a period. A period means like a full stop. Hash is to select an ID, and the full stop like this, that's what they mean by period, is to select a class. If you hover on it, you see what it's saying, element class. You can see that it's the same thing, the same way we did ID. When you select ID, you see it's saying this one is ID, but when we say full stop, it's saying class. So ID and full stop are basically doing the same thing. So they select an element. When they select the element, they style it separately. It's the same way I did this, but the difference is that class is not always unique. It is not always unique. You understand? So let's say that I have another p tag here and I call it nothing much to type here. Now if I come to you can see nothing much to type here. So I have 3 paragraphs now. Now let's assume I want to make this color red, this one green, and this one red. It's best to use class since you are going to have more than one style here. That's what the class does. It's not unique. That's why there's ID and there's class. The class is not unique. The class is there because if you want to have the same type of style more than once, so you can give it the same class. If you have different what's it called, different p tags here, like I have 1 2 3, and I want to give everything the same style, you don't need to use ID or class. Since you are giving everything, all of them, the same type of style, you don't need all this ID. All you just need is the name and just give it what you want to give it. You understand? The reason is because doing all of these things is wasting of time. Are you going to give everything ID and be selecting the ID one by one and be giving it the same style? That does not make any sense. You are just repeating things. So you can select the name once and give it the style, since they are going to have the same color or the same styling. But now what we are doing is, I want to make this red, I want to make this green, and I want to make this red again. If I select the same style for everything, it is not going to, if I select only the P, it's going to affect everything. So I have to separate it, make it unique. So all I can do now is I can say this class. Now I can say this is a class called red paragraph, and this is another class. Now giving this class, this one another class, and giving this ID, this is a different style entirely, and this one will be the same because I give it a class. Now what it means is that I'm not giving it an identity, so I just put all of them in the same class. If you have a class is not just one person, it's a group of people. So inside that group of people can have the same kind of, or can inherit the same kind of style, the same kind of benefit. So when you have a class, you teach that class the same thing. It's different from when you have a private class with someone. That private class is like an identity, just one person. So an identity is unique because you are giving it to one person, one element. But a class is a group of things. You are grouping things together. So what I'm doing is that I'm grouping this p tag and this other one in the same class. You understand? So the class is that everything should be in the same class, which is red paragraph. That is it. That's what I just did now. So you are grouping all of them in the same class, and like this here. Any other text, so I can come to this list and say that the class should be red paragraph. What's happening? Let me go back to my CSS. Okay, it's still here like this. So if I save it, where's the list? Extraction, favorite movies, extraction. Why is it not working? Class should be red paragraph, and then the class is red paragraph, color red. Let me check. So you can see a debugging situation. So I want to debug now and check why it is not working. So it has that style, but it's not working. What is wrong? So the style is not showing up here, but it's already here. Is it the same spelling? Why did I remove it now? Red paragraph. So you can see I made a mistake of spelling and it did not give you that thing. So you need to make sure that everything is the same spelling. You can see now extraction. So you have to make sure that the spelling you give, you have to be careful. That's why most people, when you are coding, you just copy that thing and place it wherever you want, especially when you are placing it here. Because if you miss a spelling, it will go wrong. So you need to always check your spelling. So you can see that anything that I give that class, whether it's P or not P, it will have that class. The class selects an element in your code the same way ID. So they do the same thing, but the difference is that ID is unique. Class can be for, you can give anything that same class.